Why is it your school? Huh? Why am I always in the wrong? Why do I have to listen to you when you have zero to say? Because I'm young? Because I'm young? All my life I've been young, so I never get a turn. Is that it? This school is lost if you ask me. You're lost. But everybody talks to me like I'm the one. I should change. Why the fuck should I change? I've never even got to find out who I am, and you want me to change? That's crazy. You tell me I'm bad before I even get to be anything? What the hell is that? Original sin is something? I read Plato. I read him the park bench of the Bronx, and let me tell you something. Plato wasn't afraid. Diogenes wasn't afraid. Socrates wasn't afraid of anything. They were men. Now tell me this. Why are you the headmaster and I'm the student? You understand? I have to earn your respect, but no, you don't have to earn mine. It's you that wants CA before you even start, but when I say I want the same thing, I'm nuts, right? I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna find my place in this world. This school has been a miracle for me, but not because of you. Because somebody, Mr. Hoffman, finally saw me, and more than that, a grown person decided I was good before I was good, and you want to throw me out of that. Well, then you know what I say? I've never met your God, and I don't want to. Hey, what's up? What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you coming at me that way? I'm not trying to disrespect you or nothing, but what's up? Like, I'm just trying to get paid. That's all. So, what's going on? You know, for 3 years, I've been carrying nothing but crates, right? I got $20 bills taped to my wall and a drawer full of motivational tapes. I got a jar of Buena Suerte from the Botanica and a candle that I keep lit 24/7. All right? My father, you know my father, he swapped up the factory in a factory like Olsets, right? And those fuckers wouldn't even give him a union card, but he woke up every morning at 4 a.m. because he wanted a job in the steel factory. It was the American way, so he swept fucking floors thinking one day they'll let me in. Un día me dejarán. I know how he feels. People come in here every fucking day. They brush by me without seeing me. Hello, Oscar. A simple hello. They don't see me. I don't need to see them. All right.
Yes, and scene. Give it up for Danny Gomez. Woo!
Claps, claps.
Yes. That's why he was in Pokino, you know. I mean, Ashley did great casting.
I really appreciate you guys for just allowing me to just share some work. I've been really wanting to work on this stuff, so thank you. Thank
Of
you so much.
course. This is the space to do it. Go off. Make sure you share your social media handles and your websites and everything that you want to in the chat. And make sure you follow Danny Gomez. Cool, everybody? Yes. All right. Let's keep this going. All right. Next, we have, let me get this. Next, we have the wonderful, beautiful harp player, Olivia Fortunato. And she began playing the harp at age 5 and is now a graduate of the Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts. Go off. She has won a multitude of competition and was a featured artist at festivals nationally and internationally. She performed in Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts and at the New York Poets Cafe, and then now at Blended City. And she's going to perform something really beautiful called The Duke by Bernard Andres. I hope I said that right. So yes, everyone, please give it up for Olivia while she plays something beautiful. Is that all? Should we? That's all. Yay! Give it up for Olivia.
Yay.
Isn't that beautiful? Obviously, this is the first time I've ever heard you play harp, and I know you're just that great. So I was just like, I need to hear her like once in my life. But everyone, give it up for Olivia. That's so amazing. Oh, give it Bernard Andres, right? I said that right? The Duke.
Yes.
So good. Oh my God. Harp player since the age of 5.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to tell the audience about yourself that I probably missed or anything, or maybe correct?
I guess the biggest thing to mention from my bio is that I'm now in law school. So I still play, but I'm doing a different path and here going to be an entertainment lawyer. So give me about a year and a half before you hit me up.
Got you. I know. I got you. Yes, give it up for Olivia. So beautiful. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank
You gotta
you.
go for drinks. Okay, go out for drinks. All right, let's keep it moving along. Let's see. Next up, we have the one and only Marissa Parada. Nada mother. Ooh.
Hello, Nick. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me tonight. Find me, Marissa Prada, Facebook, Prada Painting and Poetry, Instagram. The word is Write, WRITE is our online platform. And if you've not been to the press yet, please go readogreenbooks.com. Red is READ. We have American Graveyard Calls to End Gun Violence coming out this spring, which is an incredibly important anthology. We had 70 contributors in that book. So please come and support the cause. So Anshita, I see she's not here anymore, but this is a haiku for her from what she had read.
You wrote it on the spot?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay, I was like, wait, what?
no. It's a haiku I wrote earlier, but I think she would like it. And then I will do some poetry, as some spoken word things, and let's go. So haiku. The only reason you are mad, Queen, is dead now, because Dick's back in charge. All right, let's go tonight. I got some fun things for you. So we're gonna go serious, and then we'll go lighthearted, and I'll finish with a slam piece for you. So I'm so sad she's not here. She's gonna miss the fun stuff. But anyways. All right, a serious piece titled Past Lives. Pulling out my inner child is like removing a hot dish from the oven without pot holders for protection. It's gonna leave a mark. The mountains of my home always smelled of wildflowers and dust. Cool winds carried sparrows that built mud nests under the sheltered parts of our porch. Their babies would fall out, and I would pick up their naked corpses, dark eyes bulging big, beak, wings, feet. Could see it would have been a bird. Summer camp, they'd throw me in the swimming pool, even though I could not swim. We had an orange-striped cat named Tigger who lived in the barn beside our house. I once watched that cat carefully dismantle a mouse, eating all fur and skin first, then inhale the carcass head first, entrails popping out, leaving a minimal amount of blood on the ground. I used to get shoved down on the playground until my mouth was full of dirt. I spent most days of before I could remember time in that barn. Even after the laughter of horses had vacated, weeds had overgrown stalls, and shit had returned back to the earth, all had fallen quiet. I'd still run around that corral, as if I belonged there, belonged more there than in the house. The bigger I grew, the smaller my mother made me feel on husband number 3. I ran away 4 times that I can remember growing up. I wish I could have grabbed the mane and swung up on the back of that black Frisian stallion, ran down the road to the highway, and into the unknown. It was much better than the known, for I was the mouse, and the house was feasting on my insides, consuming my skin while slowly devouring the last drops of girl that I contained. I was the baby bird, dried and stuck to the concrete, the forgotten future of humanity by a school that only held bullies and detention after fistfights. It explains why I so easily accept disappearance as an adult, as a woman, as a mother. All right, let's kick it up a notch. I got 2 more for you.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna do this really fun one. I hope you enjoyed this for the ladies. You're good, Charles. My vagina, Mrs. Light. See, she has to wait every year for that one special day. Just the thought of that cold, hard metal speculum. Oh, and that tiny plastic scraping spatula gets her all riled up. Crinkling white featherweight paper blanket, the doctor enters with her perfect mascara again. Says, lay back, but down. The sound of those foot stirrups clink. Man, there's nothing like it. The expectation, the tantra of the entire operation, standing ovation for this current ovulation. The light is on its way. Just give me one good thrust. Nothing like an annual pelvic exam. Hands gloved, loved up with a snap at the wrist, waiting in anticipation. Lube goes on all over her hands. My doctor has the best hands. Nothing like the feel of blue nitrile gloves, just a tad too large for her fingers, wrinkling at the ends. And with a pop, she places that speculum right on my special purpose and spreads me like Moses. Her name is Mona. And there it is. Sunshine at last. My pussy and her Hawaiian shirt and sun hat, hair fluttering in the breeze, toes in the sand, margarita in her hand, followed by gooey gloved finger love. They go to town on my corridor. I have to close my eyes, breathe in deep, and remember to keep it professional as darkness gives way to light, radically amazed at her swift vaginal doctor skills. And in just a moment, it is over. The pressure is gone, and so is she. Goodbye, speculum and scraping spatula. Goodbye, nitrile gloves and gooey lube. Goodbye, white paper blanket and sunlight. See you again next year.
Talk about vagina. Give
Yes,
it.
let's go. Yes, we gotta enjoy our reproductive health journey.
Oh yeah, I love spread like Moses.
Hmm.
Okay,
Let's go.
part the
And
Red Sea.
Last one, Nick, if you would be so kind, I will leave you with my honest poem. This is modeled after Rudy Francisco's poem. Well, the concept was, not the layout of the poem itself.
Gotcha. Yep. Go ahead.
I am the flight attendant demonstration of the oxygen mask in life raft. I am an immigrant on a work visa in my own life. I am the perfume of garlic and bread that calls you to my kitchen. I am a chipped china doll on a forgettable dusty shelf. I am the alarm clock hollering on a hungover holiday morning. I am the cream in your Oreos that makes the calories worth it. I am a middle finger master, a pool shark, not a hustler, and an Easter Sunday exhibitionist. I am a deep, wet kiss that takes your breath away. I am a hoarder of heartbreak, collector of mangled men, lover of forgotten women. I am the Patsy Cline kind of crazy, always for the wrong kind of love. I am the Tracy Chapman chapbook of deadbeat, disappointing men until now. I am the product of just enough parenting not to die. I am your last meal before the lethal injection. I am Walter White in this welterweight life. I am a depression masochist chained to the bed. I am the triple jump at checkers. I am the antiseptic, not the anesthesia. I am the winner's circle, not a participation trophy. I am the laugh so hard you cry. I am the strong friend you need to check on. I am the Red Ryder BB gun on Christmas morning. I am Christmas colored enchiladas with an elevated IPA. I am Peaky and Brain, Abbott and Costello. I am the iron and the maiden, the French fry and the frosty. I'm a firm handshake and a tight hug. I am the sneeze that makes you pee a little, remind you to work on your Kegels. I am the sum of all my mistakes. I am quality sleep after quantity masturbation. I am an undefiled shot of espresso and the last shakes of an empty bottle of bourbon. I am the Cheetos fingers you lick at the end of the bag. I am a believer in destiny over decision. I am warm clothes fresh from the dryer and the dirty pile still on the floor. I am a Leo mother and dirty sex lover. I am the coming and the crying after a night with you. I am the first kiss and the last, the I do and divorce decree, the beating and the apology. I am a love letter you will never read, only understood by this stage. I am the spilled milk in your 5-year-old tears. I am the checkered flag right before you crash. I am the word no, 20 years too late. I am a Spanish-speaking Italian woman, an East Mountains wild child, the sum of all the women before me. I am New Mexican, born from iron ladies, a pride of brilliance and courage, a lover and fighter who fights for each precious day. I know who I am. So pick up that heavy mirror and tell me, just who the hell are you? Thank you so much, everyone. Bless you.
Yes, give it up for Marissa.
Woo!
Oh, hell yeah.
That's Leo mother.
That's fire.
Yes, Leo mother. That was fire. Oh, okay. Please share your Instagram handles, anything you want, production, publication, sorry, publication business that you have. Yeah, everything and anything that you want. Okay, so give it up for Marissa. Love spoken word. How are we doing tonight? How are we doing? Can I get some love? Unmic. Can I get some love? Some love. Yeah.
Nice. Good day.
Remember, if you want to perform and you're in the audience and you're feeling that little itch that you want to, like, you know, go into this little Zoom box with all of us and you want to perform a little something, go to the Google form that Ashley just put in the group chat. Okay, just a reminder. All right, let's keep this pushing. We have some great art coming up too. Next up, we have Laura Gold. So excited for this one. I mean, I'm excited for everyone, but this one I'm particularly excited about. You know, she has something really good to share. So everyone give it up for Laura Gold. And Laura, take it away, girl.
Hi, I'm wearing my lion ring for you Leos in the group. I'm not a Leo, but I always think of Leos when I wear it. So of course I wear
that ring.
Yeah, so I'm Laura. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a theater producer, a dramaturg. I also do art on the side and make collages with magazines and books and also digitally. I also do tarot. I've been reading tarot for about 6 or 7 years now. I just recently launched a tarot business, so that's exciting. Here to talk about that a little bit and then about my art. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I have. I don't know how well it'll show up on the screen, but we're gonna try. And then at the end, I can talk a little bit more about tarot and also offer like a discount for anyone who's here tonight who wants to have a reading. Okay, so the collage art that I make, it's always very, well, let me start with like the name of my company is Disco Cowboy Crystal Witch. So this is Disco Cowboy, this is Crystal Witch. It's all about duality and bringing all parts of yourself to the table, which integrates with my tarot readings as well. So a lot of the stuff that I make is things that don't really go together, making them go together. So they're usually a little witchy, usually a little esoteric or ethereal. So yeah, I'll get into it and just show you guys what I've been making so far. So there's a little bit of a glare, but this is one of them. None of them have names, but I am in the process of turning them into prints and getting a website together and all of that. So you're here at the very beginning of things. This is another one that I made for my friend Sarah. She has a black cat, so
Ooh.
obviously we had to represent,
All about black hats.
right?
Um,
There's lots of space and shiny and glitter in my work. Anything that's reflective or sparkly, I have to look at it every day. So
Glitter Sisters.
a lot of stuff I do is cutouts. I actually made this one. There's a really cool place called Happy Medium. If you've seen it on Instagram, they are an art cafe. So it's like a restaurant, but you go and do art. So they have these little tables set up and you can like take classes or you can just go and like use their supplies. And they have a collage class that I took and it was so much fun. And this is like what I made in the class just for fun in an hour. But it's super fun. They have so many different types of like figure drawing, collaging. They have all the materials you could need because in New York City, it's hard to have all your crafting stuff in a tiny apartment. But yeah, if you haven't heard of it, check it out. It's super fun. And then this one, I'm originally from Texas and my Opa was a farmer. So this is inspired by him.
So cute.
And then this one is still in progress, but it's my biggest piece yet. So we will zoom out a bit. You can see there's always crystals, there's always a moon. It's very,
What kind of crystal is
very
that?
witchy. And then recently I've been painting a little bit as well. And these are my two little cats that I painted. They're a little pair.
Ooh.
So they're super cute. They look like little werewolves to me, like little werewolf cats, and I'm obsessed. They're so cute.
So cute.
Yeah, that's like a little bit of what I've been working on. If you go to my Instagram, which I'll share in the chat as well, you can also see some of my like digital stuff that I've been working on. I'm starting to combine visual with digital sort of as I go. It's a very new venture for me to like put it out into the world. So just really happy to be here and share. And then as far as tarot readings go, I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I'm a witch. The way that I look at tarot is kind of like, hey, you and I are gonna like go on a walk together and we're gonna wind down this little journey and we're gonna talk about your life together. And like, this is a collaboration. We get a fork in the road, you know, we're gonna use our resources and our tools and our intuition, like talk about the options you have or like where you want to put your energy, where your energy isn't serving you. And then we can sort of figure out next steps. And something that I do with my readings is afterwards I'll send resources. So I'll be like, this is a song that you should listen to, or this is a meditation exercise I want you to do. Here's a crystal you could buy. If you're looking to read some more books, I can recommend all these resources. I love sharing resources. And anyone who's here tonight, if you mention Blended City, we can do $15 off for an hour-long reading. And something I also really like to make sure that I do is help clients understand their own intuition and like learn to trust it and develop it. And that's something that we do together. Yeah, it's just like a fun journey to sort of see where your energy is in life and where it's headed and how you can still have autonomy and make choices to like a self-reflective, collaborative experience. If you're based in New York City, you can come to my house or we can do virtual. both work really great. Just depends on what you're looking for. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. I'll put my
Sign me up.
put this in the chat. That's the Instagram account, Disco Cowboy Crystal Witch.
Awesome. Everyone give it up for Laura. Follow her. Go do a session with her. I want one, Laura. So I will come to you and we will do a session together.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for sharing. So awesome. All right, give it up for Laura, everybody. All right. Yes, Melissa, sign up, right? Go ahead, girl. All right. So next up we have Elizabeth Sophia Strauss, aka my boo. And they are going to be doing spoken words. So give it up for the Beanie God.
Thank you, Boo. Being blessings. It was wonderful to hear all the features tonight. Congratulations on that. I'm going to read just one poem tonight. It is called The Next Great American Orgasm. As you know, this New York nipple masochist loves to get deadpan dirty. I'm a freak in the silky sheets, getting off on rivalry, competition, watching you strut to the bed in nothing but a New York Rangers beanie, hearing you softly whisper franchises I despise in my ear before you bite it and I bite you, getting wetter as you recite the lineup for the Boston Red Sox as I pleasure you. But you know what really turns Professor Strauss on? Using grammar correctly. Beginning with ox become a poor play, putting those punctuations inside the parentheses, knowing the difference between your and you are. And if you've placed the apostrophe perfectly between the consonant and vowels, I'll just keep going. And if you surprise me with an dash, I'll let my tongue go numb. You won't know what hit you. I'm better in bed of mice than men or anything Hemingway tried to pen. Soundries to make my brain come, but all I want to do is continue to make you great Gatsby in the paleontology section of the New York Public Library. Rattling the bookshelves, the Dewey Decimal System will be a cum-covered mess. Pages sticking together, the greats will slowly be extinct. So autodidact, put your fingers away and let me teach you all night long. Divine sex in the next great American novel et al. Too bad I did not have a pen, but I can always sneeze you out a poem. I will never rid the sexy poetry cold. Professor Strauss is ready to give you the next great American orgasm, because if you write it, they will come. Et tu, Brute? I read that because Marissa Prado loves it so much, so thank you.
I love that. If you write it, it will come.
You're welcome.
Go up. Is that your only piece?
Yeah, I actually have to run to another meeting, but I'm glad I could spend some time with everyone
Yeah,
tonight. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Drop your social media handles if you want people to follow you. All right, give it up for Beanie God. Woo! All these spoken words stuff. All right. Next. Ooh. We have the one and only Barbara McLean, who is also AKA one of our board members of Blended City. So please pave the way for the wonderful Barbara to give us some of her godmother fairy dust. Yes, Barbara, go up.
I'm Barbara McLean, and I am a 60-year-old social worker and a Blended City board member. But more than anything, I am a lifetime learner. I learn new shit every day. And one of the things that I learned is that I am seriously committed to sex. I fucked all the frogs in the last 20 years since I have been unmarried. And knowing that and understanding that, you would think that I'd get better at it. But no. Nope, they just keep coming. Most recently, I dated a stand-up comic. And the worst thing about dating another comedian is that because said comedian has a penis, he automatically believes that he is funnier than you. Like, yes, having a penis makes you funny, but not in a good way. That is like the phallus is the big fallacy. It doesn't make you, oh, I got all these jokes for you. You should tell these jokes. No, no one should tell those jokes. But yeah, so I'm single again and I'm back on the beat. And let me tell you, the older you get, the bleaker it is. So I figured I would commit myself to learning another way to handle it. So I figure what I'm going to do now is I'm going to learn American Sign Language. So that way, when I masturbate, I can talk dirty. The hand, the communication, the deep-seated communication between me and the love of my life. Now, it's the most important thing. But also, the best part about being a lifetime learner is that you figure out how to let go of like all the shitheads there are out there. It's like you go and you show up with your very nice purse and you sit there and they tell you their tale of woe, which they think might turn you on, but yeah, no. And you excuse yourself to the ladies' room and you go to the bathroom in your house. And that's the way it's done. Thank you very much.
Yes, give it up for Barbara. Is there something in the air with all of this sexual talk? Because it's like, all right, let me start talking about penis. Like, I don't know. Like,
Well, I mean, what is my go-to topic?
I mean, I definitely know
Yeah.
that, but like,
Yeah.
other artists have been talking about vaginas and Moses and everything. Like, I'm just like, okay, let's talk about penis now. Thank you, Barbara. Everyone give it up for Barbara. I love it. Oh my God, so much freedom here. Boom.
Thank you.
Yes. Next up we have Melissa Denizay. Give it up for Melissa, everybody.
Woo!
Yes.
Hi, everybody. My internet's going kind of in and out, so if I freeze, I'm sorry. But everybody's been so amazing tonight. I'm having so much fun. These artists are killing it. And I feel like, am I frozen?
A little, I think, yeah, there's light like flashing before your eyes.
Mm.
But can we hear you? Can we? Okay,
Yeah.
you're frozen now. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm gonna do this quickly. I'm doing a monologue. David Mamet, Oleana. Alrighty. Now, the thing that you find so cruel is the same process of selection that I and my group go through every day of our lives. In admittance to school, in our tests, in our class rankings. Is it unfair? I can't tell you. But if it is fair, or even if it's unfortunate but necessary for us, then by God, so must it be for you. You know, you're right that education is just hazing, but I've worked to get to this school. And some of us have overcome prejudice that you can't even begin to imagine, all to gain admittance here. to pursue the same dreams that you pursue. We who are at any moment in danger of being deprived of it by the administration and the teachers, by you. Now you know, do you see what it is to be subject to that power? Thank you.
Yes, give it up for Melissa. Yes, go off. Melissa, don't forget. Oh, and for everybody too who just performed, don't forget to put your information in the group chat so people can follow you. We want people to support each other. But yes, Melissa, thank you for sharing. Go off. All right. Oh, next up we have the Energy Studio. Madeline, please give us some cleansing of the soul today. Give it up for Madeline, everybody.
Hello. So quick story. I put on my form that I was going to sing, and I was like, what am I going to sing? Because I'm singing in a cabaret on Sunday, so I'm like singing a lot this week anyway. And I finally was like, okay, I'll do this song, like it'll be fine. And then I'm an energy healer. And so today I was in a session with somebody, and all of a sudden it was like, you need to do a group something or other tonight. And I was like, yeah, but that's like not art. And my guides were like, excuse me, this is art. Like this is an art.
Right.
So I messaged Nick and I was like, how do we feel about me like leading some energetic work? Also, sirens. I have a joke in the Energy Studio, which is my company, that sirens mean the universe is saying hell yeah. So if you can hear the sirens, it's the universe being like, yes. Also, rain is a very healing energy. And if you are in New York, it is raining today. And it's just a very clearing feeling. So I do have a quick poll question. Would you all like to do, we're gonna do like a really quick 10-minute max journey / healing. Would you like it to be more, I guide you through the journey, so you're connecting with your guides, you are the one, well, either way, you're gonna experience it probably the same way, but you're connecting with your guides? Or would you like it to be more of, I just chill out here and like let you do your thing? Let me know.
Guide us.
Let's do guided.
Yeah.
Fierce. Okay, so since we're doing guided, I have a few little things to say. One, I think there is an overemphasis on clairvoyance, which is clarity of seeing. You, just because you don't see things or imagine things in your mind does not mean you are not experiencing something. We have many senses, and that might not be your dominant sense. So you might have a sense of knowing, of like, oh, I just know something new is present here, or I know that they're working on this part of my body. You also might have clairaudience, which is clarity of healing, where for me, this comes through a lot as music. So you might hear music or like repeated choruses of music. If you recognize that, stop and think about what you're hearing, because typically there are messages in that. There's also like clairsentient is clarity of feeling. So like you might have like a tingling sensation in your arms or something like that. The biggest thing is trust your intuition. One of my favorite teachers who teaches this, I also teach this through the Energy Studio, but one of my favorite things anyone has ever said in teaching this is, so many people worry that they are making something up, and they're like, but I'm just imagining it. And you are. And that's the beauty of it, because where are these images or sounds or whatever it is, where are those specific things coming from? They're coming from your intuition. They're coming from something that you need to know. So if it feels like you're imagining something, the one thing that I recommend is check in if it's coming from here, or if you drop further down into your body, do you still get the same senses? So those are just a few tips. I'm also going to rattle, which is going to sound like this. It sounds annoying on its own, but you get used to it. The reasoning for this, there are a lot of them. I primarily practice Irish and Norse shamanism because that is my own lineage and we honor our ancestors. And in that work we rattle, or drum. But yeah, and I recommend having your eyes closed. I will guide you through everything. And just going along for the ride. And when in doubt, just breathe. All right, so just taking a minute to get cozy, get comfy, and taking a few deep breaths. Allowing all parts of you to come back into your body. So anything that might be with a project that you've been working on, with a person that you've been thinking about a lot lately, just allow all of those energetic cords to come back and to fuel your own body. Trusting that those things are still there. And it's okay for you to take 10 minutes for yourself. And now envisioning that there are these strong, beautiful roots, just like tree roots, that move down through any human-made materials. And then they move down through the cement, and the rock, and the dirt. They continue to move down through the first layer of the earth, and the second, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. And as your roots grow closer to the core of the earth, allow them to also grow wide. And if it would feel good, you can envision these roots wrapping around the core of the earth like an anchor. And now anything that is no longer serving you, that you are ready to let go of, allow it to fall through these roots like ashes and return to Mother Nature to take care of for you. Remembering that returning this energy to the earth is a form of recycling, so Mother Nature can make it into something beautiful. You do not have to hold it. And as you continue to breathe, I'm just going to ask that anybody participating in this specific journey, that your space is fully protected. And I'm also going to welcome in your specific healing guides, energetic clearing guides, who are purely compassionate. I don't know if you can hear, but as I called them in, there started to be a rumbling of thunder outside my window. So we got some strong energies coming in here. I'm also just going to ask the great winds to be calm and gentle. Yeah, thank you. All right, and now I'm going to start rattling and just follow along. Now bringing your awareness into the center of your body, into the core of your being. And just noticing where your energy is right now. There might be some things that, acknowledging that they exist, want to release or move, and you can let them do that. And now imagining that you are in a beautiful sanctuary in nature. And this sanctuary is a place where you and your spirit guides can connect, and where you are completely safe. Only compassionate beings exist here. And bringing your awareness to your senses, noticing the ground below you, noticing anything that you might be able to see, anything you might smell, what the air feels like against your skin, anything you might hear in this sanctuary. Noticing how you feel in your body. And now welcoming in and asking to meet a spirit guide who is going to do some energetic clearing work for you today. I'm getting the sense that you may be carrying some things that are just no longer needed, especially on the shoulders. I'm getting a lot of shoulder tension energy here. And also maybe some things in your pelvic bowl are just being held on to. So welcoming in this guide. And they may present themselves as a feeling, or a repeated sound, or you might see something. And you can introduce yourself to this guide just like you would a new acquaintance. And then just confirming with them that they are the healer who wants to work with you. There are horns in the background. Universe is saying yes. And if by chance you get a no, I'm not the healer for you, you can ask them to bring you to the guide that is meant for you today. And once you're with that guide, giving them permission to help you in whatever way is necessary today, and allowing yourself to lay in your sanctuary, and allowing them to do whatever clearing work is needed. And I'm going to keep rattling and holding space. As much as you can, just continue to breathe and trust that they are helping you for your highest good. Imagining your body to be like liquid light, so anything can move off of it with ease. And they're wanting me to give you a heads up that I'm asking them to do some pelvic bowl clearing, and this can sometimes feel a bit exhausting. So if you feel a sudden wave of exhaustion, you're safe. It will go away. Just breathe through it. And as we wrap up for this very quick mini session, I'm going to ask that your guides finish up any healing that they may have started. And this may take time, it may happen later this evening or while you sleep, but I'm just going to ask that it happens with ease. And that there's a blanket of love and light that is placed over you to fill any of the spaces that are freshly aligned, freshly cleared. Now bringing back some of your awareness to this sanctuary, bringing back those senses, reconnecting with that guide who just did some beautiful and very deep healing work for you, and thanking them. You can ask them if there's anything that they would like you to do, whether that's give an offering, or if there's anything that they are wanting you to do in your life. Sometimes this looks like aftercare, which can be take a bath, drink some water, change the sheets on your bed. And once you sense that you've gotten what you've needed from this guide, you can say thank you. And start to bring your awareness back to the core of your being, to being right in the center of your body. And then bringing some of your energetic awareness to the space that you're in, feeling the weight of your body against whatever's supporting you, noticing any sounds in your space. Noticing your heartbeat and the breath entering and leaving your body. And when it feels like the time, gently opening your eyes and taking a look around your space and fully recalibrating to being here in this space. Oh, there's my alarm. Look at that timing. A few quick things that were happening during that. I always like to tell people what happened because I think it's helpful. There were a lot of you that air really cleared that heart center and just like blew things right through you. So it seems like you maybe have been holding some heavy things on your heart, and so pushed it through, and then they relit a fire. There's a big fire theme tonight. I don't know if anybody's picked up on that, but also like fire and sexuality go together as well. So like it's a fire night, but they relit this fire. So in Irish shamanic practices, there are 3 cauldrons. There's head, heart, and pelvic area, and they relit the cauldron of the heart. So it might feel like in the next few days, especially, like there's just more heart-driven energy that's less heavy and dampened. And then that pelvic bowl clearing, we tend to hold just a lot of energetic residue there, and they really cleared that out. And before they would let that fire relight, and that's like the fire of creativity too, and of creation, they wanted to cut some cords with people that you have maybe been energetically attaching yourself to. And I'm getting the sense that these are people who you maybe don't speak to very much, but their energy was just still in your field. So they cut those cords, and then they're like, now we can relight it, and relit some of that that base creative fire energy. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I think that was primarily it. Another thing, if you like really felt this, recognize that that was like a HIIT workout for your energetic system. So if you're feeling like a little bit groggy later, just blame the healing and it'll go away. You're not sick, you're not dying. You just did like cardio for your energetic field. So I hope you enjoyed that. A few things that a few offerings that I have. So I have a few more free guided journeys. I'm actually putting out another one in 2 weeks. But you can find those on my website, which I'll put in the chat right now. Those are on my website. I also have a few courses. One of them is called Unblock Your Creative Career. The other one is Intro to Shamanic Practices. So it goes through the basic foundations of that. I have a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna like word vomit. Take what you need, leave the rest. I have a blog if you're interested in learning about the different clairs, so the different ways that we connect with our spirit guides, especially if you're not clairvoyant. I find that this information is very helpful. I have a blog about that. And I'm also on TikTok. I'm on TikTok and I'm also on Instagram. All of my handles are at the.energy.studio. If it's somebody else and they're messaging you about a reading, they are not real. Do not send money over anything other than my website. I have quite a few impersonators. It's very frustrating. And if you want to do a one-on-one energy healing session, I do those as well. You can schedule one on my website. I do hour-long sessions, and I always say block off an hour and a half because sometimes we go over, and I'm not the type of person that's like, well, we're in the middle of this thing, but I gotta go. So I always say block off more time. I also do readings, but I'm gonna be totally honest. If it's your first time working with me, you should just do a full healing session because the readings tend to turn into like mini healing sessions. And if we're going to go in, we might as well go in deep. And then like tune-ups can happen in the shorter sessions. And yeah, if you have questions about energetic healing, I am happy to answer. And that's kind of all I got.
So good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Madeline.
Very welcome.
Yes, we needed that. I don't know about you guys, but we needed that. I needed that. And when you talk about fire, sorry, I don't want to make it about me really quickly, but I felt like I was getting really hot, and then all of a sudden it just like let go, and I felt back to normal and really cool. So maybe that was me that you were picking up.
I'm sure. I know I was picking you up at one point. I was like, that's very much Nick. Let's think about everybody here too. Like, but yeah. I mean, the thing that's so amazing about this stuff is like, sorry, I'm gonna go on a quick tangent, is that like we viscerally feel it. And like you can't, I always tell people there's almost no way to explain it until you've experienced it and you feel how it works. I've been trying to get my mother to do an energy healing session. I won't work with my family, but I've been trying to get my mother to do a session for years. And the other day she said something and I was like, Mom, do you have any idea what I do? And she was like, nope, I have no clue. I'm like, cool, good, I'm glad. So anyway, welcome to viscerally experiencing things. I hope that was...
You all should try a session for real, like dead ass.
Oh,
Ashley's gonna come to you, by the way.
I actually have, I think I still have up the coupon code for Blended City. So if you enter Blended City, you should get a discount.
Yes. Oh, is it that it's just Blended City, right? Because I'm gonna do like an email thing again. So
Yeah. I'll
Cool.
confirm in a minute, but I'm 90% sure.
okay, gotcha. All right. Just breathe. Okay, thank you so much, Madeline. That was so much fun. I just want to take a second before we wrap up here with a couple more artists. It's just, I feel so honored and so inspired and so happy how we all can come together with our different artistries. Like art is not defined by one thing. And it's really beautiful how we can just all come together and just have this art that we love so much that we can express ourselves with. And then it also connects all of us together. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you for being here and for sharing your art and being so vulnerable and expressive. And it's really, really beautiful. So keep doing your art, keep showing the world, be brave, be beautiful, be bold. Sometimes I even struggle with this as an artist, where sometimes you don't feel worthy and enough to share your artwork, but you gotta be like, to the hell with that. Fuck them and just do your art and just show the world what you can do, because the world really, really needs it and it craves this art. So thank you so much for being here, guys. And sharing all of that. So, okay. To finish this up, we have another performer, Eddie Foreman, who's going to spit some new ink. Everyone give it up for Ed Poetastic.
Because, yeah, because you make me feel fantastic. Thank you for being so enthusiastic. Your words are so bombastic.
Yes, give it up for Eddie.
Woo! Hello, everyone. My name is Ed Potastic. How are you feeling? Fantastic. Please get in time to enjoy my rhyme off the sublime. I got 2 pieces, so I won't take too much time. My first piece is called Crimson Arrow. It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. But when we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter what I do, I feel the pain. With or without you. I remember playing a game of drunken roulette. Oh boy, it's quite the shame. Left me with regret and debt. It ain't about that. This is about the lovers. I know you have with each other. I know you hit each other with bolts of thunder. But remember, accept and nurture one another. Just to make your days more luckier and sunnier. Can't get about the Willers. I know you miss him or her. May you feel their warmth or whispers. They want you to live and not suffer. Remember the frigid winters and warm summers. Keep them alive. You haven't lost your color. Don't stop the buffer. You haven't lost your luster. Can't get out the singles. Trust me, I know love isn't easy. Sometimes it's too hard or too breezy. Sometimes your ex are two-faced and sleazy. Sometimes it can feel queasy and squeezy. Love yourself first, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Love's not a word but an action. Love heals and gives deep satisfaction. Love isn't a needy and greedy transaction. Love is an empathetic and sympathetic attraction. Love is a big addition, not a huge subtraction. Love is a soothing and calming fraction. Love is a real interaction, not a careless distraction. Thank you.
Yes.
I got one more.
Got you.
Well, everyone getting all nice and snuggy and sexual and stuff. I got one more piece to say the least. So go inside your wonderful beating crease. This is called Between the Shades of Crimson. Our naked body generally nestle in dripping preparation towards a bittersweet destination or a steamy vacation. Our hungry heart sing a wild beat on repeat till our sexual energy depletes. A quick change in sexual position to satisfy our naughty conditions, to feel our jolting intermissions. Your body slowly lowers to submerge in my hard mass, while our mind takes the rushing whiplash, coming deep and fast. My manly hands caress your soft, docile skin without end, while my mind transcends. Your nipples firmly welcome my lips, while your vivid fingertips slowly grips. Your soft body rolled up and down, making deep sounds while we shake and quake off the ground. Our burning lovemaking fueled by sexual overflow, making our bodies glow in our boiling meadow. Our energetic lungs whisper of lewd taboo, while deep lust renew and grew. The deep note sang in the musky skies, inside our milky eyes, while the energy rise, and rise. The penetrating pleasurable force reaches deep in our bodies and souls, the filling naked holes with votes tenfold. The burning jolts bombarding our flesh as we make sexual progress couldn't be suppressed. The pleasurable thrust of our hungry lust going to our loins flush. The continuous tugging of naughty intentions, embracing sense of interceptions towards satisfying dimensions. The crisp sheets are dancing around our frantic bodies, drinking our scorching tsunamis while we finish our adult hobbies. Our naked tangle was fueled by electrifying awakening, while our loins kept aching and baking. Our lungs gasped inside our wet bodies, tensing from the surge of pleasure that is flowing in high measure, fueling euphoria, pressure. My tongue slithers to your pink mass as I do the wild routine and flicker burning beam while we cause an upbeat scene. Our foggy minds are staggering from the sensation rushing up our spines, filling in white lines while enveloped in burning signs. Our bodies are moving in a spicy rhythm of ecstasy, engulfed with crimson shivering inside you and me. Our deep groans echo in our chest, blowing to a deep songs of o's and yes, while we eternally mesh. The pink softness of your fire fill me with desire to go higher, higher, and higher. The thrill sensation from loins throughout our spine, serenading the brains from complex strains and our sultry domains. Our bodies cover in passionate sex in order to make a gratifying success in the cinnamon mess. At our sexual high, which is reaching its peak, we are doing so many unique techniques while our minds have gone bleak. The rainfall of spasms feed our nerves while we feel each other's curves from the luxurious maneuvers. A silent darkness cover our passionate spots of unwinding our inner knots and experiencing a forest so hot. The whispers of sexual high couldn't be denied while we colored our gray skies. Our restless bodies slept on comfy marshmallows with heads resting on pillows underneath the sun's glow. Our dreams kept steeping while the sun was creeping, but the alarm kept beeping. Thank you.
Yes, give it up for Eddie. Eddie, I need your Instagram, so can you put it in the chat?
Sure, you know where it's at. I love the hat.
Thank you. That's so good. Give it up for Eddie. Awesome. And yeah, is there anyone else that wants to perform anything before we wrap up? To be honest, I'm kind of inspired. So if you guys don't mind, if I might say something.
Woo!
This piece, I just wrote it because so recently, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram page where in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, there's an avenue called Graham Avenue, but where I grew up is called Graham. And they try to take down that sign that said Graham Avenue, Avenue of Puerto Rico, just out of nowhere. Just no one said anything. You just have these workers just coming and taking it down. And it just led to this spiral of like people on Instagram within like 3 hours saying like, what the fuck? Like, why are you taking down this sign that says Avenue Puerto Rico? Like Puerto Ricans and New Yorkers have been living there for so many years, like 30, 40, 50 years living in that neighborhood, you know, cultivating it, all these beautiful things with the culture and stuff. And then within minutes, they put it back up because they knew they had an uproar. So it inspired me that, you know, it's so sad how people try to take away things from other people, and it really shouldn't be like that. Like, just leave people alone. You know, that's their home, that's their livelihood, that's the culture that, you know, we cultivated for so long. So I'm trying to help this community-based organization that are of Puerto Ricans and New Yorkers. And there's like some council members that are trying to advocate to keep Graham Avenue, Puerto Rico as a cultural historical site. So no one can come and try to like take down any signs or try to like change or revamp that that avenue, because it's basically a street full of vendors and different shops, mom and pop shops that people like, you know, took so long to build, you know, coming from the island and stuff. So it just inspired me to do a little piece on that. Because that's where I came from. That's where I grew up at in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, that specific Graham Avenue. So it really did hit home, and I was really disgusted by that. So, but I turned into art and to good energy, you know, got to put that into the universe. So this is called Graham. I hear my abuela's voice yelling, Nikki, go get me a fresh chicken in La Maqueta on Graham. Yes, Graham, that's what we call it. We New Yorkers, those who were born in New York, but families from Puerto Rico. Graham was our neighborhood and Williamsburg was our city and Brooklyn was our nation. The US of A convinced my grandparents to move to the States for a better life. But guess what? They didn't. But they found solace, family, culture, and a way of life for them to survive. 50 plus years, we walked up and down Graham between Broadway Avenue and Grand Street, eating at La Isla, one of the best cuchiflito spots around. And you got that McDonald's right on Broadway underneath the train station, eating them Happy Meals, mad good. 50 plus years, we made a neighborhood a home and welcomed others with open arms. Everything with love, laughter, hospitality, and warmth, building a better community for future generations. 50 plus years, we had street fairs and parades celebrating our successes, from Daddy Yankee and Damelo Gasolina and Brenda Castro, I Still Believe, hitting #1, representing us Boricuas. Graham is where you had everything. Fat Albert for your house things, S&M for your clothing, Banco Popular for your monies, Fabco for your shoes and shoelaces, the Brothers Barbershop to look sexy, Woodhull Hospital for those emergencies, the Piraguas, Mr. Frosty, and the guy that sells those sweet honey nuts on the corner. But then, just like that, some hoe from Iowa wants to take that all away. A sign that represents me, my people, my culture, what very little bit we have. but not today, Satan. Bad carajo, nosotros estamos fuerte. We are strong. We are the people. We are Graham Avenue, Avenue of Puerto Rico. So get with it or get out. And that'll be that.
Damn, obsessed. So good.
Thanks, guys. But yeah, so that's home. So thank you for listening and having a piece of me from, you know, where I grew up and stuff. So appreciate you all. Are there any other takers before we disband? No, we all good. Thank you so much for each and every one of you to come out. Like I said before, it's been amazing. Our next open mic will be in February, so keep on the lookout for our Instagram and newsletters for that open mic and any other future programming that we have at Blended City. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell your mothers, follow us on Blended City, support us, support artists, support you, and let's keep on making beautiful magic. So I hope you all have a great night. Much love to you all. All righty.
Thank you, Nick and Blended
Alrighty.
City. You guys are amazing.
Yes.
All of the performers
Thank
tonight,
you.
you guys were so awesome.
Thank you, G, all the way from Florida. Yes.
I'll